Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Kipo and the Age of Wonderbeasts, Season 2, Episode 3. You may notice we're still in my room. You notice we were here during the weekend and stuff for weekend reactions. Today, Monday, September 6th, is Labor Day here in the U.S., so Father's home from work and stuff still, so I've got to pre-record this. This is being pre-recorded at the same time as all the stuff from this weekend has been, all the stuff that you've seen in my bedroom recently, and with this shirt and everything. So yeah, that's why we're still in here. Sorry about that. Everything after this should be normal. Back to normal. But either way, so Kipo, last time we left off, Kipo has found a way to control her powers through help from the sisters, these goats who are obsessed with cheese. They're blind and they're obsessed with cheese, and they're really, really smart still. And I like that, because there's been a lot of stuff where you've had these, like, eccentric characters who are really weird and really out there, and oftentimes the hero kind of gets to the point through a half-hearted way because of that, because they kind of help her realize the point without, or help the main character realize the point without necessarily trying to, or kind of on accident. And this time it was like fully intentional. It was really well handled, and even though they're still eccentric and weird, they are still very helpful and smart at the same time. So I like that. I like how it was handled. Scarlemagne used Leo to be able to mass produce his pheromones, which is very bad for a lot of reasons. And it looks like we're getting basically prepared to head into a big battle with Scarlemagne. I don't know exactly how that's going to go, but I'm hoping, like I said last time, I'm hoping we get there quickly. I'm hoping we don't take a long time, because it's, again, I don't want it to feel like a rehash of Season 1, with just trying to have Kipo get to Leo again. It would just feel like too much of a rehash. I want this to kind of be resolved pretty quickly. So hopefully it is. We will have to see. But yeah, I think last episode was still very important and very good, so no complaints there. But let us continue on and see what we have in store with this episode. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, this episode was fun, and it did progress the plot a bit, but this is making me believe more and more that this season is going to rehash Season 1, and that it's not going to get to rescuing Leo quickly. This episode was focused on Dave giving a plan so that our team could find their way to the original burrow. Kipo's way of presumably helping to find her anchor, which, as we see by the end of the episode, is kind of needed. The episode has them go to this place called Brunchington Beach, which is run by a lobster named Cappuccino who runs a beach restaurant, where the only currency, instead of actual money or anything, is information. But she hates humans. So, Kipo and the gang end up disguising themselves alongside these traveling bards, these otters, theaters, who are putting on a show at Brunchington Beach. They get there, and while Dave goes into the kitchen, finds Jamak, and starts to form a plan through that, the rest of them put on a show with the humans as the bad guys and the mutes as the good guys. And at first this seems to go fine enough until it's accidentally revealed by Kipo that they're the real people that the play is about. And so they're about to get fed to the pet of Cappuccino, this giant like starfish sea monster thing, when they're saved by Jamak and Dave, and eventually the monkeys serving under Scarlemagne come to deliver a message that Cappuccino is going to be serving Scarlemagne completely from here on out, but she doesn't want to. So Kipo goes in and they fight the bad guys, and because they help out Cappuccino, she feels indebted to them and sees that she was wrong and agrees to give them the information. But during this fight, Kipo loses control. Her transformation goes further, not only having her hands, but her feet transform as well, and her eyes and everything, and she loses control and almost goes too far, until Wolf is able to bring her back. And then when they are having brunch, courtesy of Cappuccino, before they head out, she starts to lose control again, turning into her jaguar form as she eats violently. So it's very clear that they're trying to tell us that we need to get on with things quickly, but at the same time, it's like we're still seeing that it's probably still gonna not be till the end of the season when Leo is rescued again. And it's just that this is the one thing holding back this season for me, really, because just retreading these steps that season 1 went through is such a poor idea. It's like, we don't need to have that again. Just having Leo captured again, having him have to be rescued, have to be found again, or not captured again, he wasn't captured before, but having to be found again by Kipo and all, it's basically the same thing, just with higher stakes. That's the only difference. And it's not that great. Everything else is good, though, and that's what's keeping me going on this, but that one issue is dragging it down for me. And that's really disappointing, because I want to love this show more than I do at the moment, but that is, again, dragging it down for me. It's hurting the overall enjoyment for me, when it's just got the same basic end goal as season 1. I just feel like this should be finished in episode 4 at the latest. But the fact is, it's very clear that it's not going to be finished next episode. It's just not. It can't be, basically. So it's just annoying to me. The new characters in this and everything were fun and interesting, I guess. The song was entertaining, even if it was basically a propaganda song against humans. It's interesting, nonetheless. There were some good visuals, some good action, and again, the stakes were definitely raised with Kipo losing control. Again, just my biggest issue is with the fact that it is just rehashing season 1. So I really hope that, despite that, it ends up being good enough to keep me invested, because I really don't want season 2 to end up like season 2 of Infinity Train did for me, where it was just such a downgrade, in my opinion. So far, it's hard to say. I mean, I've only seen 3 episodes, so it's not really set in stone yet, but I just feel like it might be headed in that direction, and I'm worried. I don't want it to. I really don't want it to end up like Infinity Train Season 2 did for me. And again, I liked Infinity Train Season 2, and I like this so far. So it's not like I'm saying it's going to be bad. It's just, I want I want second seasons to be better than the firsts. I want every progressive season to be better than the last. That's how a series should be. And a lot of shows do that. Despite the issues in the latest volume of RWBY, every volume of RWBY has been better than the last. And One Piece keeps getting better. And so on and so forth. Owl House Season 2 is much, much better than the first so far. And it's just, I don't want a series to ever have a Season 2 that's weaker than its Season 1. Even if it's still really good, I still don't want it to be weaker than Season 1 was. And so far, it looks like that might be where Season 2 of this series is heading. And that's really disappointing for me. Hopefully it turns things around, though. Hopefully my mind has changed. We'll see. In the meantime, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode of Kipo and the Age of Wonderbeasts. And for now, yeah. Thank you all so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See you all next time.